Hi, it's Daniel Hill with 30 things I learned by 30, and number 18 is use contracts. Using contracts is one of the highest value, most important things that you can get a grasp of as you progress into business. The danger, however, is when you're starting out, you will not use contracts because you don't want to take the buzz out of the moment. You and the person you're doing work with are friends, you've got existing relationships, you trust each other, you've got the same values, you don't, this won't go wrong, contracts for things that go wrong. This isn't one of those. The reality is you won't need a contract until you actually have to call on it. And at that point, everybody who started the conversation at the beginning, when they thought they didn't need one, all had exactly the same sentiments. Using contracts is one of the highest value things I encourage all investors and entrepreneurs to do as immediately as possible in business. And there's two reasons for this. The first is the legal requirements. So obviously, as the contract is drafted, it will protect each party, provide the information that's required when it's actually called into force at a time in the future. And the legal representation of that document will be what you fall back on when it's actually required. So the first and the more obvious is the legal weight that a contract carries. The second, which is far less obvious, is that it's the legal drafting of a contract is a high value process where you'll actually start to understand what this deal looks like. When you go into the deal, the conversation will be very high level, it'll be very enthusiastic, it'll be riddled with high levels of confidence. It's not until you go through the legal process and go through the drafting of the contract, you actually start to understand the detail of what it is you're agreeing to. At PPN UK, it's not uncommon for our contracts to be 10,000, 11,000, 15,000 words. And it's not until you sit down with that contract with a highlighter and a pen and go through every single line that you start to understand the questions and answers of conversations that haven't even yet been discussed. As you go through the process of drafting contracts, use it as an opportunity to really understand the complexity of the deal to which you're agreeing. It may only be a £500 loan, but it might be a multi-million pound portfolio. Having the contract drafted and really understanding what you're getting yourself in for is absolutely crucial to give you the foundation for a business to move forward. Once those contracts are signed, they go into a drawer and you'll never have to see them again for as long as you're friends and business is going well. However, for your own benefit, not all businesses do go to plan, not all partnerships do go the distance, and having had experiences personally where we've had to call on contracts to enable us to progress, I can assure you having a contract is one of the highest value things you need to implement into your business. So whether it's a small deal, a big deal, a new business partner or an existing one, number 18 is use contracts.